Welcome to another Demarcation Media, well, I was going to say lighting kit review, but this one doesn't actually have any lights in it. So I don't really know what to call this video. I guess for the sake of organization, I'll just call it lighting kit. We have another set from JMbricklayer to look at today. Now, this video is actually really long overdue. I've had this set sitting, waiting for me to review it for like 2 months. So apologies to the JMbricklayer guys. This set happened to arrive just as I was prepping to move. So now that my studio is up and running, I can finally take a look at it. And this is their Botanical Collection Money Tree. You can see the box. It's a pretty nice looking box. I still am not sold on this like checkerboard. The checkerboard, I don't know. I don't love the checkerboard. Also, the subject matter of this set is just odd. It's a money tree. The box is pretty much the same front and back, so you can display it any way you want. And there's a bunch of stuff here nobody reads. The really hilarious thing, though, is that with it, I got these things. So this, how do you open it? There's a tab here. This is hilarious to me. And I don't know, maybe they'll be actually useful, which here, if anybody wants to use that, go right ahead. But look at this. They're finger gloves to protect your fingers while building. This is absolutely hilarious to me. I guess, I don't know, do I do my two front fingers? I don't know. They only give you two. Like this, so a little tight. Yeah, now I am safe from hurting my fingers while building. So let's go ahead and get this set open. Alrighty. I am not going to keep these things on for the entire review, but I will keep them on for the unboxing. It's just hilarious to me. I know there are people that complain about like Mega hurting their fingers, and even Lego hurts if you build enough, but I never thought that somebody would make something to like deal with that. Okay, that's open. Let us sheath the knife. Never leave open blades laying around. Okay, there is all the parts. Ooh, what the heck? What? Look at this. What the heck? The leaves have like texturing on them. What? Oh, that's crazy. That is not a piece that Lego has. Surprisingly thin instructions, actually. I don't know that all this plastic was really necessary for these instructions. Like, I think the instructions probably could have been in there and some of the plastic could have been saved. There we go. Looks pretty much like Lego's instructions. Yeah. So now I am going to go ahead and build this, and we will take a closer look. And it is complete. So I actually had one of my younger brothers build it, and he really had no problems with it, which just kind of shows that they made their instructions well, and this is accessible for a range of ages. Now, I'm still a little bit confused as to why it's a money tree. I think this would have been a fine set if it were just a tree, but for some reason they made it be a money tree. Sure. I mean, the pieces are interesting. We'll look up at those in a minute, but what I wanted to focus on first was the size. Like, this thing height-wise is making it very difficult for me to film because it's just so tall. Like, that's a Mega figure, so he barely even comes past the stand, and there's a Lego figure just for comparison. So this is a good sized piece. This is not a small piece. It's honestly kind of to scale of like what you might get in a small potted plant. So that's kind of cool. The shaping of the pot at the bottom is really nice. This is actually kind of interesting. This piece right here, this from Lego, it is cut off right here, and then the rest of it's rubber. This is just all hard plastic all the way through, so it is a little bit sharp. Shaping of the stand is nice. I like the gold accents, the little bits of dirt up here. I like how they did tan for the dirt, because if you just did brown, then it would look like a continuation of the tree, but it looks good all the way around. And the trunk is made very interesting. It's just all these twisting pieces that go together, and then we get up to the top with all the leaves. And those leaf pieces are super, super, super cool. That's not something that Lego would have ever done. Or I can't say that's something that they would never have done, but it's not common. You get a bunch of extra green pieces that you can make your own kind of little plant. You also get a couple extras of these. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a ton of leaves. There's a couple different shades. There's all kinds of different green pieces inside to make this shaping. And then of course you have the dollar bills, or it's actually not dollar bills, it is $100 bills, to make this be the money tree. It's a surprisingly realistic print. It looks like maybe UV printing on there. It's kind of slightly raised, but yeah, that's a very realistic print. It's kind of hilarious. And you get a handful of them. They're on a dark green base, which is cool. Personally, I would remove these and just have a nice little display plant. I think that the money honestly detracts from it a little bit. Well, there you have it. That is the JMbricklayer money tree. Basically, it's just a display set, and I think it does the display part really well. It's all really nicely formed. The base looks great. The tree itself looks very real, and well, maybe very real is a bit too generous, but like for bricks, it looks pretty darn real. The money is a weird add-on, but you can just remove it. And if you don't want this to be a display piece, you could take those greens and even the brown pieces and use them for a diorama or something. Like if you're doing mega stop motions and need foliage, this would be the set to buy. Like there's a literal ton of foliage that could totally work with these mega figures, or even Lego. So again, these sets that are from companies other than Lego or Mega, the parts quality is really solid. Like this is almost on par with Lego. So I would say that this is a great resource. This is a great way to get parts for your dioramas, for your stop motions, for display pieces, like any of it. Like for ignoring for a moment what you can actually build with the instructions, this is a lot of really useful parts. Greens, brown pieces, it's really useful. So if you want to get one of these for yourself, I will put the link in the description to the product listing. You can go and check that out. I do recommend it. If you're needing pieces, if you need a diorama building stuff, this is the place to get it from, because buying lots of Mega is difficult, and buying lots of Lego tends to be really, really, really expensive. I feel like this is a pretty good middle ground, and you can have a lot of pieces. Or if you just want a nice display piece, this works as well. Although, like I said, I would probably recommend taking off those money pieces. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.